Mortal Kombat, what is this, the 95 movie? I thought is it 97 or 95? Whatever. We're talking about the 90s Mortal Kombat movie, the first one. I have a bunch of Mortal Kombat reviews that I'm going to be doing over the next several weeks because there's a lot of Mortal, Com- Mortal Kombat content. God, I cannot speak right now. To talk about because there's the new movie coming out. What's annoying is I will tell you I already shot my review for this movie like uh like it must have been like August, September, and I had to can that review. Completely got rid of it because well that movie didn't come out in October, and man, October was a terrible month for movies, so it should have come out in October. But now it's coming out in May, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, well, I gotta do all the Star Wars videos, and that's a shit ton of Star Wars videos I'm working on. And then I gotta do Devil Wears Prada. I gotta review all the Christopher Nolan movies, and then there's all the summer releases. Like there's 5 scary movies I gotta talk about. There's Toy Story movies. Like all this stuff I gotta make videos on. Like it's a lot of stuff, and so like you are going to get probably multiple reviews a week till I'm done reviewing these Mortal Kombat movies, just because I don't really have another slot to put them in. I've already invested all the money into buying copies of these movies so I can do videos on them, and I hate that I have to do it like this, but it's just what ended up happening. So I'm sorry if the video onslaught it seems a little much right now. I did not plan it this way. That's just how my review schedule worked out because there's a lot of stuff coming out all at one time. This year is pretty packed with movies, if you didn't notice, except for the later half of the year until like December and November. Like what the fuck? I don't know. Anyways, Mortal Kombat. I will say, I will state this up front with these reviews. I don't play Mortal Kombat. I don't know the fucking story of Mortal Kombat. I just like played like maybe a couple of them in passing, like one of the like older versions of the games, like early on. I don't remember which ones, but like I can't really tell you a lot about Mortal Kombat. I do like how the characters look. I know like Scorpion, Sub Zero, and that's it. I think it's Johnny Cage. Yeah, Johnny Cage. A couple other characters, like I can name you some of their names. But for the most part, like Mortal Kombat, it's all a blur. Like I'm not a gamer person, so like most of the like gaming things I review, it's like I'm not a gamer. I'm just talking about this as a person who just likes stuff uh, that are movies. Um, I actually really enjoy this movie. This is not like a great movie, but I think it's a movie that holds up pretty well considering what it is, which is a 90s video game movie. A lot of 90s video game movies were pretty bad, like the Mario one, the Double Dragon movie, like a couple other ones, are just really awful. Because, first of all, gaming was a new thing, right? It was a thing that was coming into, like, be big in, like, late 80s, early 90s, and people are getting, like, Nintendo systems and stuff. And that's great. And it was awesome that people had those things, but, like, clearly Hollywood wasn't really sure how to adapt these things, and they're still not really sure how to adapt these things for a lot of reasons, but they're a little bit better at understanding the appeal of these things, I would say, now than they were back then, because now some of these things, like Mortal Kombat, like I know for a fact Mortal Kombat games now do have more of a story to them, and you can kind of adapt things, where like back then, really, this the point of these games would have beat each other up. And so this movie kind of just gets the essentials of what Mortal Kombat is, which is cool action scenes, cool characters, and it doesn't really waste time like over explaining things like a movie like this you would expect to do. Because I can see like some Hollywood execs in the 90s being like, how do we get Mortal Kombat to seem cool and understandable to a general audience? You could see them trying to like add in all this exposition, over explanatory garbage to kind of explain everything, but they really don't do that in this movie. They actually have a really quick pace of introducing the characters and keeping the action flowing and the plot moving, and it's explained in such a simple way that's all effective. That being said, it's not like a great movie, but I think if you watch this movie and you expect a great movie, you're a little silly. It just kind of is a fun action movie. Most of this movie does have a lot of 90s cheese to it. There's some lame effects. There's, some scenes that, like, logically don't always make the most amount of sense. But overall, I think for what the movie was going for and the approach and the tone and everything, it's a fun movie. I think it still holds up remarkably well for a movie made in the 90s. Is it great? No. I do think, you know, the new movie probably has some elements that does a little bit better. From what I remember, I haven't seen that movie since it came out, and I watched it on streaming, so I'm really curious what I'm going to think of that. But I'm also really curious what I'm going to think of Mortal Kombat Annihilation, because, yeah, I've never seen Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and not excited for that one. So let me know your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe.